It's time for a final tour around the Prehistoric Sea World. I am very excited to finally show you the entire finished park. It of course features a lot of lagoons, marine reptiles, but also dinos that were associated with water. I believe that this is my best park that I have ever created in Jurassic World Evolution 2, so I really hope you guys will like it. Hello guys, this is Caesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. I decided to jump off my little Christmas/New Year's Eve break to finish something very important before the 2024 ends, and this is of course our park that you can see here, the Prehistoric Sea World. I promised you guys the final tour and it is here. I believe that this is my best park that I have ever built in this game, so I am very excited to show you this whole thing. It is huge. This is a little spoiler, so it will probably take some time, but if you would like to explore it yourself, the link to the Nexus will be down in the description of this video, so you can download this park and explore it yourself, go through all the exhibits and, you know, go through all that stuff yourself if you prefer to do that. But yeah, today I will take you on a tour. As you guys can see, we are here in front of the entrance. We can see the whole parking lot that we created in the first episodes. This park is obviously a bit like water-based, or mainly water-based. It is a prehistoric sea world, which means that it was meant to have a lot of animals that are associated with water, but going on further and further, I started to add more and more dinosaurs and also flying reptiles, as you guys can see, but there's definitely a lot of water and a lot of dinosaurs that were associated with water. So yeah, let's see all that. Let's just jump out of the capture mode and let's go to the first person view, and maybe let's start in here just in front of our entrance. So yeah, we are here next to the entrance. The innovation center in here is meant to be the entrance, of course. The guests are arriving through those arrival points, but I was always thinking that this thing in there is a parking lot, so they will be arriving by their cars. Yeah, let's use our imagination in that way. I thought that this park could be located somewhere in the North California, for example. That's why we'll be using a lot of those sequoia trees, a lot of pines, yeah, I was very inspired by my trip to California and by the Californian shores. So this is what I did in here. So here we have our first enclosure with the Struthiomimus and the Notosaurus. I thought of them about I don't know, flamingos and maybe some turtles that are just in the front of the zoo. I know that this is not a zoo, but I'm always inspired by those. Here we have our entrance plaza, so you have some shops. After the guests will arrive here, they probably would like to grab something to eat, go to the toilet and stuff, and so they can do all that in here. The game is a bit lagging, so sorry for that. The park is very detailed. As I told you guys in my last video, I had crazy issues with this park because of the performance and because of all the crashes, because it got so detailed that I couldn't add anything more because it was crashing all the time. So I hope that you will be able to run it when you will download it on your PCs. But yeah, let's see our first lagoon that we added, and it was the lagoon for the Dunkleosteus. You can see it in here, the big prehistoric fish. That I don't think that we'll see it hunt maybe for the shark, but I don't want to wait very long for that. As you guys can see, after the last episode, I also added some kelp to all of the lagoons that were missing it, because it was added when we were actually creating this park. We will see it. Will we see it? Maybe. Who knows? I think there are 3 of them, so the chances are high. No, I think it's lost its interest. No. Okay. Let's go. And maybe let's go and see. I know what I want to see. I want to see the underwater view for this, because it is pretty cool to see those guys under the water. Yeah. Before we thought of them as huge sharks, and right now we have a huge shark, but it is still so impressive. I love those fishes so much. Okay, so let's move on. I have my little trip planned in my head. I hope that I will be able to recreate it. We need to go in here. As you guys can see, I lined all the like paths with the fountains. There is a lot of decorations. Yeah, that's why the park is also lagging. But I also wanted to make sure that those views are available for our guests, because I think that this Germany map is so incredible. Yeah, really wanted to like make sure that those views are just simply visible for our guests. In here we have one of the enclosures, and it is actually we entered this like viewing dome in the middle of the enclosure, and as you guys can see, here's the Dimetrodon, so one of the dinos that this is not a dino, I know that. One of the creatures that was also associated with water, so they have like a very swampy enclosure in here. But I think that the better view is actually from here, so yeah, I really like the view of this enclosure. There's a lot of water, and those guys are like chilling in the water a lot. Just next to it, it's another lagoon for the Notosaurus. I don't know why. Okay. So yeah, we can see some of them just chilling on those islands. This is one of my favorite additions to this game. Like those islands, I think that they made the lagoon so much more interesting. And yeah, the Notosaurus is also really nice. Maybe let's go down and see them underwater, because I love how they swim. But I don't know if they'll be visible. Okay, so I use this trick of hiding the pillars from those islands with the kelp. It looks so much better this way. Okay, no, we cannot see them, so let's go out. I will also do at the very end like a quick tour from the bird's view, so you can see everything from the above, the whole layout of the park, because I know that it can be quite hard to get your like, how to say it, like to know where we are right now, because this park is pretty complex and we also have to go a bit round to see it all actually. So yeah, what I wanted to show you now is actually this enclosure, and this is the enclosure. Again, we are in this viewing thing for the Lystrosaurus, another creature associated with water. Here it is. So yeah, pretty cool. I also love those guys so much. They are pretty tiny, and I always tell you guys that I like having creatures in this game in different sizes, because it brings this variety to your parks. But yeah, they are mainly hiding in the back, but this enclosure is also very dense and very moist, and it also uses the lagoon as the barrier, which I really like to do. Okay, now let's go back, because I want to go and show you something really cool. Something that was possible thanks to one of the updates to the game. But yeah, no, sorry. Before, we will also see the Dilophosaurus enclosure that we missed, that is on the other side of the entrance, because there are basically two entrances, two ways of the gates, two ways for the guests to enter this park, and the other one is just in here. So yeah, here we have the Dilophosaurus enclosure. This is very dense. I wanted to make it that way, but they are there, as you guys can see. So yeah, quite hard to see them actually, but believe me that they are here. You can clearly hear them. Okay, but if we'll continue this way, I started to talk about something that was possible thanks to one of the updates. And this is actually the walkthrough exhibit. So we were able to turn off the fear, so the guests are not as afraid of the dinos anymore. And because of that, I really love this, like those two skeletons just looking at each other. Because of that, this enclosure was simply possible to make, and I really like this concept. Unfortunately, the guests don't have any purpose to go in there, so they are not going that much inside of this enclosure. But if you will put enough stuff in here and block the dinos, they won't be able to go through this gate. And as you guys can see, we are still inside of the enclosure. The guests will normally go through here, like not be scared at all. So that is so cool. So we clearly have the Parasaurolophus in here. We have the Dryosaurus, as you guys can see. This is the Dominion Paralophosaurus, my favorite one. And I believe that we also have the Edmontosaurus. Yes, here it is. So, yeah, so cool. They have those entrances where they can go through the path. So I believe that the guests would have to like stop and make them do that, like let them do that. But the enclosure is also really moist, really a lot of water in here. Yeah, there's like an invisible barrier in the back. So you don't really see the end of the enclosure, and this is something that I love to do right now in this game. And I think always looks impressive, like just makes the whole enclosure look so much bigger. But yeah, this enclosure is one of my favorites in this park. I must admit it is so cool. Here's like another like passage for them to go to this side of the enclosure. And yeah, if we'll continue that way, there's another one, but they are mainly hanging in there. But yeah, 3 species in here. We saw all of them. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, this tour is going so well. If we'll go here, we'll go out of this. And right now, I will show you the 2 like enclosures that are themed around the specific continent. So here we have like the African enclosure with the Nigerosaurus and the Ornithosaurus, the both versions, the Camp Cretaceous one, which is smaller, and then like base game one, which is in there. Another like very moist enclosure. And on the other side, we can actually enter this, why not? We have the Australian enclosure with the Mataborosaurus and the Minmi that is also somewhere in here. They are in their back there. But here you can see the lagoon. That is so cool. I love to use the lagoons as barriers from now on. I don't know why I didn't use that in the past more. But yeah, this is what I do all the time right now. So yeah, here's another view for the Australian exhibits in here. And here is the one for the Africa. So yeah, the guests are just going through this all. And they are like when they will go to this intersection, they have several routes where they can go. We will go there later. Right now, we'll go past this African enclosure and can look at these enclosures. This is the Gigantoraptor in here, and they have the oviraptors with them. That kind of look like little babies. Yeah, you can see one there. So yeah, I really love the oviraptors, and this enclosure is also there's a lot of water and a lot of different plants, and I think that they look really cool in it. But what I wanted to go is to this big lagoon, probably the biggest one in our whole park. In here, the guests are moving along this African enclosure all the time, so the views from here are also pretty impressive. And if we'll go here, we have our mixed species lagoon with 3 different species. So we have the turtle, the archeon. We also have, if we go down, we have the Plesiosaurus, and we have the Atamborosaurus. So there's a lot of going on in here. As you guys can see, this view is so beautiful. With both like under the water and above. So we have the turtles that are using the islands, and we have those beautiful creatures that are just swimming everywhere. And in here, I used a very fun thing that we are about to see. But first of all, we are moving on this elevated path where you can have pretty cool views for our park. From here, there's the walkthrough exhibit in the back. This is the African exhibit again. But if we'll continue in there, we can go down this hill with a lot of different planters, and we'll go to the underwater tunnel, sort of. So this is the glitch. By using the monorail in a specific way, we are able to just ride the monorail through the lagoon, and it sort of looks like it is like an underwater tunnel or something. I need to give a huge shout out in here to Evolution Square, who did an amazing tutorial on how to achieve that, and because of that I was able to do this. Actually, I hope that we'll be able to see a lot of them on our way through, but just be patient because it is here. And yeah, unfortunately I had to do something like this. This looks so crazy, it is so steep, but yeah, this is the only thing, only way how you can achieve that with that look of the underwater tunnel. Okay, so let's just right. Okay, I think we need to wait, right? Okay, so we are about to enter the lagoon. Oh, it looks a bit crazy because we are just going into the well, but you again need to use your imagination a bit. And yeah, we are now under the water, and you can see all of those diving species. Oh, there's an Archelon in here. There's the Plesiosaurus, the Atamborosaurus. It looks so cool. Oh my god, I just love this so much. And yeah, we are going out on the other side of the lagoon. And in here, this exactly where I wanted to appear. I hope that if I'm out of there, we'll be in the spot where I wanted to be. Yes, so here is one of the newest enclosures, and look at that, how lucky we are. This is the Herrerasaurus exhibit that we added in the last episode of this series. I just wanted to something like middle-sized for this spot, and I didn't have a chance to build for those guys before, so I decided to add them in here, and I really like this enclosure. We won't go back in there because this is nothing too interesting. There are no enclosures, and in there there's the same elevated path as we just saw, just on the other side of the lagoon. The Herrerasaurus is here, as you guys can see. And yeah, we are about to go into very cool thing. So here's like a big plaza that goes around the big lagoon, and you can actually drive or ride the zip line over this lagoon. As you guys can see, this is so cool. If the water was slightly more see-through, I think that it would be such a cool experience. Because in there we have the huge Shonisaurus and a lot of Ichthyosaurus swimming. So imagine just going over this huge like creature that should be somewhere here, but it's not. So yeah, we will see the viewing panel or the viewing gallery for this. Maybe we'll see the Shonisaurus. Let's go down. But yeah, one of my favorite creatures, they're actually there. It looks so beautiful. We have it living with the Ichthyosaurus. They belong to the same family, that's why I decided to make it. But unfortunately, yeah, we have the Shonisaurus back there. Unfortunately, the Ichthyosaurus are scared of them and they are panicking, but I'm not paying too much attention to that. Yeah, but this is so majestic. I love them so much. Okay, but in here we have another new enclosure. So we basically zip-lined all the way through the lagoon. Maybe let's go back in here for a second to show you the view for the lagoons that are down there that we'll see later. But what I wanted to show you is also one of the enclosures that we added in the last episode, and this is for the small dino that was added in the last update, the last DLC, the Segisaurus. They are tiny, and I had this tiny little space left, so I thought that it is just perfect for them. So yeah, this is this really cool enclosure. I still wish that we have smaller fences because it really doesn't make sense to have a fence like this for this dino, but the Jurassic World Evolution 3 is coming, so who knows, maybe they will add those. If we'll continue in here, we will see a beautiful big guy, or guys, because there are two of them. This is the Tarbosaurus, and it is sleeping down there, as you guys can see. Yeah, it was added with one of the DLCs. Why I cannot remember the name right now? I don't know, but yeah, well, I've built this enclosure while having the early access for this DLC, so once again, thanks Frontier so much for giving me the early access to those DLCs for this game. We have 2 of them in there. One is actually blue, so I thought that it looks so cool in this park, like for this whole sea theme. But yeah, I cannot see it right now. Maybe later, or we go to the viewing tower and maybe we'll be able to see it from there. But yeah, this is actually the other side of the Gigantoraptor exhibit, as you guys can see. And there we have the viewing tower for the Tarbosaurus. So let's go and see if we can see them. No, the brown one just woke up and I cannot see the blue one. Probably it is somewhere in those bushes and trees in the back. But yeah, let's go and let's continue our trip. Right now we'll go to this like part of the map that is up there in the hill, but while going there we'll go past some exhibits. There's actually like a little like backstage area or something, nothing too interesting, but I'm trying to do them from time to time. So we are about to see the biggest one. This is actually the Dino Kairos exhibit. This dino was just perfect for this park. I had to add it. And on the other side we have, this is the Pachycephalosaurus. I cannot pronounce it for the love of God. But this enclosure is also really cool because it is very thin and very long, and they are using the whole one. They are just, you know, running from one side to another, and this is just next to this big lagoon that we have in the back. So yeah, we again have enclosures on both sides, and yeah, here is the view for the Dino Kairos. They have this huge lake in there. You cannot really see that, but yeah, they're hanging in there all the time. I just love those guys so much. One of my favorite dinos in this game for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll see the lake better from this viewing gallery actually. Yeah, so this is all like, I wanted to make it look very like bushy and dense only with this lake for them in the middle, and yeah, this is just so nice. Okay, so let's go and see actually this lagoon that you can see on the right. This is still the Pahi something exhibit. Actually, okay. Here we have one viewing opportunity for the piscivores that are living in here. So we have the Suchomimus in this enclosure actually, and on the other side we're about to see the Baryonyx as well. But in here I forgot that we have this really cool viewing tower where you have this beautiful view for the entire park. I just put it there for the viewing purposes. And you are also able to see this lagoon. I just love that we can do like this elevated lagoons with those huge walls. It looks so cool. So let's see who is actually living in there. I think you guys have guessed it by now if you have watched this series, or you could just see the glimpse of that guy. So here's the Baryonyx exhibit. We are about to see more of that in the later stage, but we have to go all the way up here to see the viewing galleries for the Tylosaurus. Let's go down, We are about to see it maybe from up close. Yes, we missed it, like, but here's another one. I think there are 3 of them in there. I really love this one. Okay, so that was it, and there's another viewing gallery for them. But let's see our piscivores right now. So we have the Baryonyx in there. In the back you can actually see them. And on the other side we have... Wait, what is this? Oh, this is the entrance. Okay, we are about to see it later. I cannot remember even. So this is the Celophysis exhibit that we are about to see. So this is just the entrance to this viewing log. That I probably didn't have a place to put anywhere. So if we'll go here, here's the viewing gallery. No, this is the restroom. Oh my god, this is such a mess. This is the viewing gallery for one of the viewing galleries for the baryonyx, but unfortunately they are not here. And here we have like a viewing for the Suchomimus, one of my favorites. It is actually there again. I'm clicking everywhere. Okay. And we are about to like enter this like roundabout that is around the Celophysis exhibit that you can briefly saw. We were in this viewing log. I really love how I was able to incorporate the viewing log in this side of this exhibit. And yeah, we can actually go outside because we are just, crossing. We have the Celophysis on the right, and we have there they are actually. There's 3 of them. Of course, the Suchomimus, one of my favorite dinos. In here, it made so much sense to put it in this park. Like, they like water, they love eating fish, so perfect dino for the Prehistoric Sea World. And in here, we have again the baryonyx. It's there. Yeah, really cool dino. If we'll continue this way, we are about to see our first aviary, and this one is for the pteranodons, and as you guys can see. So let's go in there. It's actually the restroom. I am always confusing the restrooms for the viewing galleries. I don't know why, but yeah, we have the pteranodons in there, as you guys can see. Really cool aviary with a lot of cliffs for them to sit on, and of course a lot of water. And here, like beside, behind this, actually, we have this like secret entrance in here. We can go there because there's something really cool in there. Okay, there's actually a long way, but be patient with me. We are about to see the big backstage area for our park. So there's a lot of like stuff buildings in there. There's a hatchery, a lot of those cages. We have some security stuff. So yeah, I really like creating stuff like this. I think that it looks so cool to have those areas in your parks. And yeah, here's the hatchery. So yeah, that is it. Also, it looks so cool with this aviary in the back. And now, the only thing that I don't like about the Germany map is that it is very hard not to make it, because I prefer to make my parks a bit like looped, so you don't have to, there's no like dead ends, and you don't have to like go somewhere to see an enclosure and then go like make your way all the back on the same way, basically, because you are just seeing again. Oh, hello. Such a cool view. You are seeing all of that again. But in here in this map, you actually are not able to do like a looped layout of your park. But yeah, unfortunately, we have to go all the way back there, down, and to see the last part of the park, which is down on the beach next to the ocean. So we are about to see that. So we are about to go down, to see some of the most exciting species that are in our park. So yeah, we are about to see that. And while we are going there, I actually wanted to mention something, because as you guys probably know, the Jurassic World Evolution 3 is on the way. And it will be probably out in July, like around the time where the Jurassic World Rebirth will be like released. I mean, the movie. So probably we should start seeing some news, trailers, and stuff about this game soon. I hope so, because it's only like a half a year and a month from this time. And what I wanted to mention is that I don't think that I will be actually able to start a new series in this game before the Jurassic World Evolution 3 will stop dropping the new stuff. I don't want to start a park and then not be able to finish it. As you guys know, it takes me some time to build those parks. So yeah, I am still considering if I will start a new park or I will wait for the third game to be released. So just to let you know, because I had some questions about this, and yeah, I'm still considering it, but there's a high possibility that I will actually wait for another game. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to mention that. Here we have like yeah, we are going down to the last part of the park, and here we have like a little like resting area for the guests, especially when they are climbing up all the way here. They can just sit in here and chill. Especially that the height difference in here is quite crazy. Normally I probably should use the monorail, but I really didn't want to. So yeah, we are now approaching the first lagoon in this area. So it is for the Chronosaurus. I don't know if we'll be able to see those guys. This is the marine reptile that doesn't have any. It has a very short tail. To me, it looks a bit funny because of that, but I don't know where they are. They are definitely somewhere in there. But yeah. Here we have like a little plaza in there where the guests can also chill. From here is a very cool view for the lagoon that we are about to see. But yeah, I really want to see the Chronosaurus. Where is it? No, they are hiding from us. Okay, we'll see them later when I'll be showing you the park from above. But yeah, believe me that they are there. So yeah, let's continue down and to two of our probably most exciting lagoons with some of the fun favorites for sure. In this lagoon over here, like besides all the guest stuff that we have in there that I'm about to show you, so we have a lot of shops in there, a lot of fountains. We have the Megalodon, and yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to see them catch sharks. Maybe we'll be able to see them under the water. Yes, there it is. A big, huge shark. They are so cool. I love having them in my parks. Oh my god. Okay, so this is it. They have actually a lot of viewing galleries because I thought that they would be such a huge like attraction of the park. So yeah, here we have it. I won't show you all the viewing galleries, but yeah, because they are such a big attraction, I decided to add a lot of like shops in there because I think the guests will be really drawn to this area. But if we'll continue this way, we can actually go to maybe one of the more of those, like the last one. Underwater, maybe we will. Oh, could you see that? It was just like jumping. But of course, in here there's no one. So let's go out and let's see this enclosure in here. There is this big enclosure on the beach with the European dinos. So another like themed, the enclosure themed about the region. So we have the Stegosaurus. They actually lived in Europe. We have the iguanodons, and we also have the Polacanthus in here. So yes, they are everywhere in this enclosure. I love the iguanodons, and we can see the Polacanthus in there. One of the Stegosaurus is also lost in here. They have the water section next to this lagoon. Okay, so let's go back in here because now we can enter this last like walkway that goes down, and we are about to see the king of our whole park. Okay, why I am always clicking the right button on my mouse, and also I hate that it is just, you know, immediately like exiting you from this first person mode, I should say. So in here we have the Spinosaurus enclosure, and you can actually see it in the back. So yeah, this is our Spino, looking so majestic. As I told you guys, the king of our entire park. I love it, and I'm sure that the guests will love it as well. And in here we have the king when it comes to the water. So this is the Mosasaurus lagoon. Maybe we'll also see some of them. Let's hope so. Okay. I don't know why they are all hiding from us. Like, come on. Maybe if they're not there, we can quickly move to the other side and enter this underwater viewing thing. Let's go here.
You may well get wet.
Are they? Yes, here it is. There's a shadow. It's somewhere close and I'm just not seeing it. I don't know. But yeah, here we have the probably the biggest attraction of our whole park, the Mosasaurus, the huge underwater lizard that I just love so much. And that is a big hero of our Jurassic franchise. So very excited to have it in here. Okay, so let's see. I think 2 final exhibits. So here's another view for the Spinosaurus. And if you go in here, we will see the big lagoon. Sorry, not lagoon. This is the aviary, of course. It is also a mixed species aviary. There's 3 different species of flying reptiles. I thought about this as, you know, sometimes in the zoos you have those aviaries for the water birds, like seagulls and stuff. So there's a lot of water, there's a lot of like those cliffs that they are using. So this is definitely something like this. We have the Barbaridactylus in here. We have this Topeognathus and Ciraldactus, if I am pronouncing those words, those names right, but yeah, they are all here. I love how much there's going on in here. Pretty cool aviary. And this is the enclosure for the Sinoceratops and the Microceratops. You cannot see the micros anywhere because they are so tiny. You can clearly see the Sinoceratops. There's a lot of them in there. And yeah, this is actually the end. So let's see the park from the above. Okay, so here we have our entrance area with the parking lot. It is all symmetrical, as you guys can see. Here were the 2 enclosures on each side. So this is the Dilophosaurus, and here we have the Struthiomimus. In here we have our first lagoon for the Dunkleosteus. Here is the lagoon for the Notosaurus. We have the this is the Dimetrodon exhibit with the Lystrosaurus. They are kind of like around this lagoon in here. We have the big lagoon in the middle with the monorail riding through it. We have the walkthrough exhibit in here, which is quite large. It goes all the way in here. This is the African exhibit in here. This is the Australian one. We also have the Gigantoraptor in here, a little like plaza, and the Deinonychus. This is the Tylosaurus that we saw. In here we have the 2 piscivores, so we have the Suchomimus and the Baryonyx. In here is the Celophysis in this little roundabout. In here we have actually the Pteranodons in their aviary and our like backstage area for the whole park. And if we'll go in there, here is like this big aviary. This is the lagoon, of course, for the Shonyosaurus and the Ichthyosauruses. Here is the Tarbosaurus, the Segisaurus, the tiny little enclosure. Here is the Herrerasaurus in there. And back here, we have the Chronosaurus. I promised you that I will show you those. Here it is. I wasn't lying, they are there. We have the Megalodon in here with the European enclosure on the beach, as you guys can see. And in here is the Spinosaurus, the Mosasaurus, the big lagoon, the Sinoceratops with the Microceratops, yeah, in here. And we have the last lagoon or the aviary with the mixed species So yeah, that was the entire park, that was the entire series. I am so happy that it's finally finished and that it looks actually so good, better than I ever have expected. Again, I believe that this is my best work in this game, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed all the episodes. If you haven't seen them, there's the entire playlist on my channel, so we can see how this park was actually created. This is all the speed builds, so we can follow along and stuff. As I told you, you can follow me if you want to any updates on the Jurassic World Evolution 3. I'm not sure if I will start another series. I still have to figure this out, but when it comes to Jurassic World Evolution 3, I will for sure start one as soon as the game will be out. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and would like to see more from me, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video like this. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the park. And what I also wanted to say is that you remember that you can download this park from the Nexus. The link is down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!